Happy Victory Monday, Vikings fans, and welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and before we dive into today's show, I need everybody to just first off take a sip of Purple Kool-Aid because we are getting hot with our takes on today's segment as we have my top takeaways from the Falcons game yesterday. And first off, I just want to get to this. The man of the hour, the man who outdueled former Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, 5 passing touchdowns, a career high. 347 yards through the air, a career high. So I want to start off today's show by just saying thank you to a man who has been spit up, chewed out of the past 3 organizations he was a part of, and then he came to Minnesota. All the doubters, all the haters saying the Vikings are going to be a 4, 5, 6-win team at best. And this man shut it up right here. He has been playing phenomenal football, and we'll show some more love to him here in a second. But first off, you guys want to show your quarterback one, Sam Darnold, some love. Just give me those 14s down below because he lit it up yesterday. He lit up a poor Falcons secondary and really his best career game as a pro. So type his jersey number, type those 14s down below, and show your quarterback, Sam Darnold, some love. All right, my top takeaway from the game yesterday, I'm just going to call it MVP Sam Darnold because I think it's criminal that he is not in the MVP conversation. And I think it's still the blinders. I think it's the Vikings blinders, too, where it's like, man, no way. We thought this team was going to win 6 games this season. How could they have an MVP? Sam Darnold looked terrible with the Jets, with the Panthers, with the Niners. He is just not that guy. Well, we're going to do a little quarterback comparison for you guys, and he's going up against an MVP favorite in this. But you see, completion percentage goes to the guy on the right. Yards goes to the guy on the right. Touchdowns through the air goes to the guy on the right. Now, less interceptions, more rush yards for the guy on the left. But check out who these two guys are. It's Sam Darnold and Josh frickin' Allen. Right now, Josh Allen is the MVP favorite. Josh Allen was the first player in NFL history yesterday to have 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. And Sam Darnold, what he's done this season is right on par with what number 17 has done in Buffalo. So, my take on Sam Darnold, I think he's the second best quarterback in the NFC right now. I think he's just behind Matthew Stafford. Stafford's been on a heater as of late, and there's no doubt he is playing great football. But I'd take Darnold in a game over Goff. I'd take Darnold in a game over Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, any of these other quarterbacks in the NFC besides Matthew Stafford. I would choose Sam Darnold. And how can you not root for this guy? And the reason why I'm just kind of falling in love with this story is because the Jets didn't give him a chance. He went to Carolina, didn't give him a chance. Now, yes, he was with San Francisco. I think, him being in San Fran is a big reason why he is so successful now. But how can you not root for a guy who, even during the first 5 weeks when the Vikings are 5-0, he was playing great football. People were talking about freaking pumpkin mode on their shows. And what has he done? He has answered every single question. He has answered every single doubt. And truly, he is one of my favorite Vikings players to root for of all time. And I just love a guy who has been doubted his whole career, who has been doubted throughout his life, and now he truly looks like an MVP frontrunner for our Minnesota Vikings. But I'll tell you what, it's easy for Darnold when he's throwing to the best wide receiver duo in the entire NFL. Shout out to Justin Jefferson. Shout out to Jordan Addison as they lit it up yesterday. And we can start off with number 18 here. Funny enough, stats you see on screen, 7 receptions, 132 yards, found the end zone twice. It's just the standard. And I think that speaks to how special number 18 truly is. I think he should be in the Offensive Player of the Year conversation. Probably won't win it because of Saquon Barkley. But the point I'm trying to make here is the whole Vikings offense, it all starts with 18. Every play, every set, every formation, teams are trying to take this man away, and he is still, heading into Monday Night Football, he is leading the league in receiving yards with double teams, triple teams on every single play. The whole offense starts for him. It really reminds me of when the Rams made the Super Bowl and won it with Cooper Kupp and Stafford, where those two just had an elite connection. He's got that same connection with Justin Jefferson, so nothing but kind words, nothing but love for this man right here. But how about his running mate? How about the man who had a career high in touchdowns yesterday, Jordan Addison? 8 receptions, 133 yards, found the end zone 3 times, and he is really looking like the best wide receiver, too, in the entire National Football League. And if you are going to give Jefferson those double team, triple team looks, hey, defensive coordinators, you're going to be killed by number 3 all year long. And it's so funny how the free 3 conversation started about a month and a half ago. And since that, Jordan Addison has been on a tear, 200-plus yard games over the last 4 weeks. He's found the end zone, I think, 5 times over the last 4 games. And I think these two right here, and I chose this picture specifically because it's in Detroit, these two are unguardable. And I got a message for the Lions out there who they just think they're going to run away with the NFC. They're going to get a straight line to the Super Bowl. It's going to be easy. These two are coming because you don't have a corner. You don't have the secondary that can hold up with these guys. And with your pass rush taking a step back over the last month, losing Aiden Hutchinson, watch out for 18-3. Think they're going to light up the Lions here in the second half of the year. But, with all the positives offensively, I do want to highlight some negatives here. And I think the run defense, is it an issue? Well, we'll talk about it because yet again yesterday, the Vikings got gashed in the run game. The Falcons' total stats from yesterday's game, 32 carries, 158 yards total, average just under 5 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and they had a long rush of 25 yards. But still, over the last 2 weeks, it just felt like James Conner and the Cardinals, Bijan and the Falcons, they were able to just get 5-6 yards whenever they wanted to, and that could, eventually in the second half of this season, in the playoff run, really hurt the Vikings. But I got to honestly chalk this up to pace not being there. I thought Blake Cashman was like the most important linebacker on this team. It honestly could be Ivan Pace because the run game has taken a step back, and I think a big reason of that is because of him not being in the lineup. But good news, he should be there. Week 17, Week 18 versus the Packers and the Lions, two of the best run offenses in the National Football League. So hopefully with Pace out there, they're able to turn it around. But, if I had to give my biggest concern, because I don't want to be all sunshine and rainbows here. I want to talk about the negatives. If I had to give my biggest concern about this football team, it's actually the rush defense. And, funny enough, they were first in the league heading into yesterday's game. I don't know how they're going to shake out after it's all said and done. But, if a team's able to run the ball, especially the Lions or the Packers, it could be concerning heading into playoffs. But then again, I feel like the Vikings coaching staff will have an answer for every problem that could be coming. And I guarantee you, they will figure this out. The Bears on Monday night, when the Vikings are actually wearing their Winter Warrior jerseys, I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think they'll figure it out. So that's my biggest concern, but I'll ask you guys, what is your biggest concern? Because you have an 11-2 football team on your hands. What is your biggest concern about the Minnesota Vikings? I'm going to go the rush defense right now, but hey, you guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Now we'll get to more takeaways here in a second, but I got to tell you guys about my favorite sponsor here at Chat Sports, and it's actually Factor. And if you guys head over to factormeals.com/50VikingsChat and use code 50VikingsChat. You guys will get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50VikingsChat at factormeals.com/50VikingsChat to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is still active. Now, notice how the days are shorter right now, but your to-do lists aren't. Power through your busy days with Factor's no prep, no mess meals from breakfast to dinner and anything in between. Factor has easy options to keep you fueled and feeling your best. Whether you like your routine or enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 delicious meals every week and 60 additional convenience options you can add to your box like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. So don't let the shorter days slow you down. Stay energized with America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service. And the best part is Factor just lets you do you. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. So I got that link for you guys in the comments and description of today's show. Head to factormeals.com/50VikingsChat. Use code 50VikingsChat to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50VikingsChat at factormeals.com/50VikingsChat to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is active. Now, a guy who's slowly moving up my list of my favorite Vikings player of all time, Jalen frickin' Redmond. Now, why I love him so much, if you guys saw this video last week, he dealt with blood clots his freshman year at Oklahoma. He was a 5-star recruit coming out, and he has had a very tricky path to, leading him to where he is right now. And yet again yesterday, another great performance. 4 tackles, 2 TFLs, 2 PBUs, getting those big old paws up in the passing lanes, knocking down passes, and 2 stuffs total. And, even though I've been saying the Vikings run game or rush defense is my, biggest issue with this team and my biggest concern, having a guy like him potentially breaking out could kind of mask some of those red flags I have for this football team. So I think he is a massive X factor. I think if Jalen Redmond kind of keeps on this pace where maybe we're looking at him heading into the divisional round where it's like, man, we might have a potential star on our hands in Jalen Redmond. That's 4 TFLs over the last 2 weeks. Really has been the only positive of the Vikings' run defense so far. So Jalen Redmond, awesome story. Rooting for you, man. Number 61. Also, if you guys want to type those 61s down below, I'd appreciate it as well. But last one for me. The Vikings, in my opinion, have the best culture in the NFL. Now, I want to take a little bird's eye view here because I understand we're kind of getting caught up in this season, and it is, it's an unbelievable season. It's a special season. But I think with what Kevin O'Connell and this whole organization has built is, when those report cards come out every single season, the Vikings are always number one in everything, in facilities, dining hall, everything that you can imagine. They're number one on every single one of those lists. Then you add Kevin O'Connell on top of that. It is truly special what is being built here in Minnesota, not just for this season, but for the next 5 years. Like, free agents are going to want to come here, play under this head coach. And, I'll tell you what, it's an absolute crime. Kevin O'Connell is not the favorite to win Coach of the Year. I understand Dan Campbell, Mike Tomlin, they're good. They're great head coaches. I should say that. But the Vikings, their over-under, according to Vegas, was 6.5 heading into the season. And Kevin O'Connell has 11 wins on December 9th. He truly should be the undisputed heavy favorite to win Coach of the Year because he does not have the same roster that the Steelers or Lions have. And here are the latest odds, and I think it's a joke. The fact that Dan Campbell is minus 185, he's got one of the best offensive and defensive coordinators in the league. Mike Tomlin, he doesn't call plays. Same with Dan Campbell. He doesn't call plays. Kevin O'Connell is like turning Sam Darnold into a top 7 quarterback in the National Football League. Like, that should be just enough for him to get the Coach of the Year award in the NFL. I think it's a joke. I don't understand it, but hey, you know what I love? People are still going to keep doubting the Vikings. They're still going to not fully believe they can go win a Super Bowl. But with Kevin O'Connell, man in this group, being the leader of this organization, I think anything is possible. So fill in the blank for me. We'll close it out with this. Kevin O'Connell is the blank best coach in the National Football League. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. And also, guys, I'm on Twitter, at Pat Sieps is the Twitter handle. Hope you guys are all enjoying this ride, this truly special season we have here for our Minnesota Vikings. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for everybody who comments, likes, subscribes on damn near every video. So really massive shout out to you guys. But see you guys next time. As always, Skol Vikes.